Good morning. For day 2. I hope you're not too sore after day 1 and that you enjoyed some of those new modalities that we introduced. Today we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to show you a couple new items and then we're going to have a little bit more fun with that. And we're going to start with a little bit of a warm-up, another one of a kind of a lifting set, and then we're going to finish off with some what I call metabolic conditioning. So a little bit more of a circuit. Nothing crazy, but just enough to get the heart rate up and make sure that we're getting that health and fitness up there a little bit as opposed to just strength. So the first thing we're going to do right now is we're going to jog in place for about 20 seconds, okay? And so this first set of the warm-up set I'm going to run through with you, and then you're going to complete the second set on your own. So first thing first, we're going to jog in place for about 20 seconds. Okay, making sure the knees are staying out. Okay, we're going to have a nice puffed up chest and light on the feet. Five seconds. Good. The next movement is called a Cuban press. And I'll just demonstrate it and then you can follow along in a moment, okay? So standing nice and tall, we're going to bring the elbows up high. We're going to rotate the arms and go straight up. Bring them down, rotate back, down. Okay, and watch again. Elbows high, rotate, press, down, keep the elbows high, rotate. Okay, and I'll go for one from the side. Elbows up, rotate, press. Good. Okay, so we're going to do 7 together. Okay, so here we go. Stand nice and tall, elbows up, rotate, press. That's 1. Six, one more. Awesome. That's called the Cuban press. The next movement is called a good morning. And I'm going to demonstrate it to you again, and then watch, and then we'll do it together. Okay, I'll just go from the side. Put my hands over my head like this. And I'm just going to lean over as if I'm going to pick something up, almost like bobbing for apples. When you think of that, okay? Go from the front. Okay, so you notice that when I'm in this position, as I come down, I bend the knees a little bit, and my back stays flat. I only want to go down to the point where I can keep my back flat. If I start to round, then stop. We want to make sure that I'd rather you just go to here and keep the back flat as opposed to rounding. Okay? So we're going to do 7 together. So go ahead and put your feet kind of like your squat stance. Okay? And we're going to bend the knees a little bit and then push your hips back and go into that good morning. And stand. Okay? Let's put those hands behind the head now, and then we'll do 6 more. Awesome. Okay, good. Last thing is we're going to grab your bungee that Gordon has so nicely provided for you. And we're going to grab it in kind of a straight arm position here. And not too much tension, just a little bit. Okay? And we're just going to do what's called band pull-aparts, okay? So we're standing nice and tall, band is straight out in front of us, and we're just going to pull back and forward, okay? So from the side, notice how the band is straight out in front of me, and pull. Okay, so we're going to do 7 of those together. So let's go ahead, band out in front of you, and pull. And just holding at the end for a second or two. 3, 4, 5. Awesome, good job. Okay, so let's go ahead and run through everything one more time. We're going to do one more set. So you go ahead and jog for about 20 seconds in place, and I'll let you do that now. Okay, then we're going to do 7 reps of the Cuban press. Once again, you can follow along. We'll do these now. Okay, elbows, rotate, press. Making sure that on the way down, you're keeping the elbows up. So here, keep the elbows up as you rotate and down. Go ahead and do 5 more on your own, okay? Now we're going to do the prisoner good morning here. So once again, hands behind the head, feet are about shoulder width apart, and then we're just going to bend the knees and shoot the hips back, and stand. Good. Do 5 more on your own. Okay, the last thing is going to be the band pull-aparts. So grab the band in front of you. Remember, arms are straight out in front of you, and then you're going to retract. And pull. Go ahead and finish up those 7 reps, please. Okay, nice job. So 2 new movements today. We're going to do a banded shoulder press, and I'm going to show you a couple alternatives to do this with. And I'll show you, because you don't really have any mats for your knees, so I'll talk about that. And then a banded bicep curl. And then we're going to finish off with our Metcon, as promised. So the first one I'll show you with the bungee that you have is called the banded shoulder press. Now what I love about this is that you can change the tension based on your position of the band under your foot. So take a look at what I do. I put the band under my foot here, okay? And then I position this band right in front of me like this, okay? And notice how my palm is ready to press that, okay? And all I'm going to do here is stay nice and tall, and then press that band overhead, and then bring it down again in this position, okay? Go from the side. Okay. Now the one that I was gonna err on today was actually called a tall kneeling, and I'll demonstrate that. Okay. It's the same thing, except this time I put my knees on it, and I'm in this position. Okay. And the only reason why we're doing the standing one is because I thought we don't have any mats, and the concrete floor is pretty uncomfortable. So let's stick to the standing one today. Let's go ahead and do our first set now, okay? So just choose a tension that you think will be appropriate, okay? Set your position here. Look how my elbow is staying in. I don't want it to be out here. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and press. Good. We're going to do 6 to 8 reps. Awesome job, okay? So go ahead and do the other side now. And same thing, 6 to 8 repetitions, okay? I'll let you do that now. Okay, so now the same setup for the as the banded press that we did, and we're going to go ahead and do our single arm banded bicep curl. So once again, this is a little bit easier, so you might want to increase the tension a little bit on that band. We're staying nice and tall. My palm is going to be open, and I'm just going to do a bicep curl here and go down. Okay. Now notice how I'm not slouching this way. I'm staying nice and level as I do that band. Okay. Good. So we're going to do about 10 to 12 repetitions per arm. So I'll let you go ahead and start now. 10 to 12 repetitions per arm. And you feel free to pause the video if you want to do that now. Okay, so we're going to be doing 2 to 3 more sets depending on your time. Of those 2 movements. So once again, the standing banded shoulder press. Now I want to review one more thing with you here, okay? Notice from the side, okay, when I'm in the start position, I'm totally straight from my head to my toe. Okay? I do not want to be in this extended position or vice versa, okay? I want to be squeezing everything and staying nice and tall. Now, oftentimes people can't get this band right over their shoulder. It's kind of out here. Okay? So what I want you to do is I'm not as concerned about the position of the arm. I'm more concerned with your midline. So I'd rather see you go out to here as opposed to do this. Okay? So feel free, if you can't get to this position, it's okay to be here, but don't let yourself extend. Okay? So I'm going to let you go ahead and do 2 more sets of 6 to 8 repetitions of the banded shoulder press, and then 2 more sets of the single arm bicep curl, about 10 to 12 reps. And feel free to pause the video, and when you're done, you can resume. Okay, so now that we're getting a little bit of strengthening done, we never want to neglect some basic circuit training because it gets the heart rate up and gets you burning a little more calories. So I'm going to introduce this new movement. Now everybody loves burpees, but this is actually called a no push-up, no jump burpee. Now it sounds easier, but it still is difficult in certain aspects. So watch this for a couple reps and you'll see what I mean, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate a few reps and you just watch, okay? I'm just going to turn this just 1 second. There we go. Okay. Go from the front. Okay, now a couple safety points. First, when you go down into the high plank position, which is basically the start of the push-up position, I want to make sure you're not slouching and extending the back. So this is what I mean. When you come out to here, I I want you to get straight. I do not want to see you do this. It's got to be straight, okay? That's why it's so important to do this well. It's because it keeps your midline tight. I'm going to show you an alternate because sometimes that jumping out is pretty difficult to do well. So I'm going to show you what's called a step out. And this will probably be what most of you will be doing today, which is totally fine, okay? So this is the same thing but with a step out. So hands go down, step out, step in, and stand. Hands, out, in, stand. We'll go from the front, hands, step, stand. It's a little bit more controlled. You're still getting the movement, which is awesome. And it'll still get the heart rate up, trust me. But it's a little bit more safe, and it ensures that you're going to be nice and straight in the top of the push-up position, okay? So, this is the workout. After you practice that for a minute, you're going to be doing 3 sets, okay, of 15 no push-up burpees. Okay, so how this works is you have a timer, and you can do it as a group. You start the timer, and then everybody completes 15 no push-up burpees, and then you rest. Okay, and you rest for 2 minutes in between attempts. Okay, so each of you are going to be timing this for yourself, and hopefully you'd like to see yourself improve slightly each round. So once again, 3 sets of 15 no push-up burpees with a 2-minute rest in between each set. Okay, so I'll let you pause this video and go ahead and do that. Okay, good, so we're back. So you just had a nice fun circuit and you had some strength to begin with. Hopefully you got your heart rate up a little bit. And then we're going to continue doing these similar components with some new variations in the future. Once again, I want you to stretch tonight at home. Make sure if you need a little bit of a cool down right now, go ahead and walk around that lower platform a few times for about 5 minutes, and that should get the heart rate down a little bit. And get lots of water today, and enjoy the rest of your day, Spyder employees. Thank you very much. Bye.